that I'm going to talk about was created as an answer to the question is how do we create reliable and sustainable results for people? You've all done this, read books, been inspired, watched something, going, I'm going to do this, and then you can't get out of bed the next morning. Right? So I became interested in what's that gap? How come we can do all of this, and how come sometimes you're on fire in the zone, you produce 10 times what you normally produce, and what is it to be at the source of things? What is it to be at the source of the results that you want and the quality and experience of life that you want? And if I were to narrow it down, I'd say it's those two things. There's an experience of life that you want to have, and then there's physically the results that you want to have, right? The foundation of our work are basically these two things. You don't know anything, and you're full of shit. Okay? And it doesn't matter if you're a single entrepreneur or if you're Coca-Cola, if I can't say those to you and you can't kind of be willing to grapple with them, there's absolutely no point in working with us.
I like it.
Okay? And it's not a question of are you full of shit, it's in how many remarkable ways are you full of shit? And how much of it can you own? Do you have any idea? Because you know you are. You talk to yourself, you can't not know you are. Right? So right now you have a current design and how you operate. This is another place to explore where you're full of shit, by the way. Here's the bottom line. What we got to is that behind everything is intention. This is probably one of the most critical aspects of our work. If I said, hey, let's go to Whistler next month for a weekend of skiing, and you really want to go, but you say, I don't have the time or I don't have the money, I really want to, but you can't seem to make it. And your brother calls and says, hey, I'm getting married that week in London, and you're the best man. You're like, okay, see you there. You don't even know how you're going to get there, but you've decided it is your intention to be there, so you will get there. Is that clear? Good. Because our assertion is that whatever you really intend, you will make happen. So if you want to know why it is the way it is in your life, because that's your intention. Because if it really was your intention to be different, you change it. There's a number of areas we won't coach people in business. I say, what are your issues? What are some of your most common issues? And they'll go, oh yeah, I just would love to handle, people are late, or they won't have their timesheets in time, or this or that. I say, okay, great. I won't coach you, and I go, why not? I said, let's timesheets. Okay, good. If I said that at the end of January, you get a $10 million payout if you have 0 late timesheets between now and then for 6 weeks, how many timesheets will you have late? 0. Oh, look at that. It went from impossible, not to possible, it went from impossible to a done deal in about 2 seconds. Why? Because you're full of shit. Because if you really wanted to handle it, guess what? You would. So I want to talk about some of the founding principles behind that, because I spent a lot of years developing that. The fundamental principle is architecture and environment. When I just get to work with people, I call it designing versus doing. The whole thing is this. If you want to create an architecture and have you build your dream business like you would build your dream house. And the way you build your house currently, like your business, is you have a good idea and you just pick up some wood and some nails and start hammering. You're like, woo, got some shelter. And then the rest of your business is designed as a reaction to what's coming at you. It's raining, oh, better hammer up a roof. Company is coming, let's build a room. And whatever you're good at, you do more of, right? And whatever you're bad at, you avoid. So if you're good at kitchens, you're good at bathrooms and you're bad at kitchens, you have 7 bathrooms and no kitchen. Right? And you compensate by ordering takeout a lot. So your business has weaknesses, you even know what they are, and you've compensated for them so reliably that you become blind to them. But it's not a high-performance business. It's not a race car. What we do is we build race cars, which means you have to manage the engine, the braking, the aerodynamics, the handling, all of it's got to work, yes? Guess what? It takes more time to build a race car. But there's a way to 100% reliably do it. We, without fail, can work with companies and 100% reliably turn them into exceptionally performing companies. But you got to just slow down a little bit and work on the design of the company. You just can't throw the car on the road. So we really got the people's intentions in having a business and a small business is to have a great life, yes? So we structured the company, including the name, besides the envy generator, to be something that how we know we've succeeded, me and my team, if you're a small business operator, which is that you've built over 18 to 24 months, you've created an architecture and built a life with a business that is so fabulous that people are envious of it. Otherwise, so what? I said, we want people, that's the Indie generator, we want to be generating a lot of energy. We want people to go, oh man,